Hello, and welcome to today's webinar presented by the Texas Department of Family and Protective Services and our program Worker Safety Support. To give you a quick background of our agency, the Texas Department of Family and Protective Services, or DFPS, works with communities to promote safe and healthy families and protect children and vulnerable adults from abuse, neglect, and exploitation. Our agency does this through investigations, services, referrals, and prevention programs. The goal of this presentation is to provide law enforcement agencies with a deeper understanding about a safety application utilized by our agency staff. This app is called AlertMedia. My name is Danielle Gutierrez, and I am the information specialist for our program, as well as the AlertMedia administrator for DFPS. So I will quickly cover who we are. Worker Safety Support is a program at the Texas Department of Family and Protective Services. We serve all DFPS staff by addressing workplace violence issues. We provide various resources, including personal safety planning, protecting online information, and connecting staff to agency resources such as the Employee Assistance Program or peer support. And we also administer the app AlertMedia with employee safety monitoring. This is what we plan to cover. Through this presentation, you will understand what AlertMedia is and why DFPS staff use it. I will highlight the partnership between law enforcement and DFPS for employee safety, and I will also outline the procedures and communication channels between law enforcement and the AlertMedia Monitoring Center when a user needs assistance. So what is AlertMedia? Well, AlertMedia is a resource our program initiates for the caseworkers of DFPS because their jobs oftentimes may put them at risk. AlertMedia is an easy-to-use app that was designed to dispatch law enforcement to a user quickly. AlertMedia uses cellular signal to monitor a location 24 hours a day, 7 days a week by a live person. And every time a user sets a session, there's someone over at AlertMedia whose entire job it is to monitor their location. Many of DFPS staff members are also field workers. This means that part of their job is to operate outside of a traditional office setting. These professionals, often referred to as caseworkers or investigators, work directly in the community to assess, monitor, and intervene in cases involving child protective services or adult protective services. Field workers play a crucial role in ensuring the safety and well-being of individuals and families by conducting home visits, interviews, and assessments to address safety concerns. So why use AlertMedia? Well, it's because we know that the job is inherently dangerous, and these are the numbers to prove it. This graph shows all 626 incidents reported to us at Worker Safety Support in the year of 2023. And those are just reported numbers, so we really don't know how many may have gone unreported. You'll see the second largest number there circled in red, that is assaults. In 2023, there were 135 assaults reported, and we had 151 assaults reported to us the previous year. Through our data, the numbers have gone down, but we definitely want to see those numbers way lower, and AlertMedia is a resource to help us do this. Our workers sometimes are tasked with interacting in environments that are dangerous, and although they have de-escalation and conflict resolution training, they lack the tools and equipment that law enforcement carry. To give you an idea of what staff experience on a day-to-day basis, here are a few examples in which staff utilized their application and law enforcement was able to assist them. Preventing threats. A CPS staff member needed help with an aggressive, under-the-influence client who is threatening to run away with their children. Staff triggered the AlertMedia alarm, and law enforcement was dispatched in less than 1 minute. Aiding in attacks. After locating a 3-year-old child alone on a busy street, a CPS staff member pressed the panic button in AlertMedia. The parents showed up and attempted to start an altercation, and they even took away the staff's phone. But since she had already triggered her alarm prior, dispatch was able to hear the parent yelling and threatening to assault the staff in the background, and through that call, law enforcement was able to respond on scene. Transporting youth. A teenage boy became frustrated during transport through a rural area and began kicking the car windows and hitting CPS staff. AlertMedia was activated, and law enforcement quickly met them on the road and spent over an hour de escalating the youth. So, next we will watch a video which shows a general overview of how AlertMedia works when setting a session.
Welcome to a short video on the AlertMedia Safety Monitoring System. This video aims to broaden your understanding and awareness of the AlertMedia application and help you identify the critical role law enforcement plays when responding to these calls for assistance from DFPS employees. Let's get started. Did you know that dispatch and law enforcement regularly assist caseworkers from the Texas Department of Family and Protective Services by responding to safety alerts sent out through the agency's safety monitoring app? The AlertMedia application is designed to aid employees working outside their traditional office setting. Similar to officers, these caseworkers are sometimes tasked with interacting in environments that are dangerous. Although they have de-escalation and conflict resolution training, they lack the tools and equipment that law enforcement carry. AlertMedia serves as their one-touch to backup in emergency situations. This app allows users to set a session on their work-issued cell phone and be monitored 24/7 while out in the field. When in trouble, the user can pull a tether, hit a panic button, or set a session with a timer expiration. Once they trigger their alarm, the AlertMedia Monitoring Center will contact dispatch to notify law enforcement promptly. The Monitoring Center will communicate additional details the user added in their profile when starting their session, such as apartment numbers, vehicle information, or details about their environment. In some cases, law enforcement may respond in a hostage response mode, triggered silently by the user. This video aims to broaden your understanding and awareness of the AlertMedia application. Our aspiration is for law enforcement agencies to be proficient in identifying these calls and comprehend the reasoning behind our agency's adoption of this resource.
So this is what AlertMedia will see when a session is activated. The profile will populate on a screen and the monitoring center will begin to track those pins. Because it is monitored by cellular data, AlertMedia can be used while traveling, in homes with clients, or transporting children like we just discussed. This is the process and safety monitoring action plan between AlertMedia and law enforcement when an alarm is triggered. The user will receive a confirmed alarm on their phone once they either pull the tether, hit the panic button, or when the timer expires. When an alarm is activated, the monitoring specialist at AlertMedia calls the direct line to dispatch for the law enforcement agency that has jurisdiction. Once it is verified that the employee needs police assistance, the monitoring center will inform dispatch of any additional details they have about the user, such as details about their location, if they heard yelling in the background, if the user can't answer any questions or they're not responding to any questions. And once it is confirmed that law enforcement is on the way, the monitoring center will continue to communicate with the user and law enforcement if able to. The monitoring center will then follow up with law enforcement to confirm that they arrived on scene and contact was made with the employee who activated the alarm. If dispatch cannot verify contact, the monitoring center staff continues to contact the employee until they verify that the employee is safe. Lastly, once the monitoring center verifies the employee is safe, the session is closed and an email notification is sent to the safety team with the incident details. So here are the key takeaways we feel are important to communicate. This also covers how AlertMedia communicates with dispatch, which will then get relayed to responding officers. The first is 24/7 live monitoring. It is important for law enforcement to know that AlertMedia has the capability to monitor the employee's GPS location throughout the session. If the location changes after they contact dispatch, the monitoring center will inform dispatch of this change in location. Next is language. When requesting police, the monitoring center will always inform dispatch that the employee activated a personal panic alarm. AlertMedia expressed that oftentimes the dispatcher fixates on the word alarm and assumes it is a residential or commercial burglar alarm. The monitoring center specialists are provided with keywords to listen for, and they are trained to clarify with dispatch that it is a personal panic alarm. If the call taker gives any indication that they didn't understand the nature of the alarm initially. Procedures are different for panic alarms, and they are typically dispatched as higher priority calls. Next is the hostage code. There is a hostage code users can initiate. If an employee enters a hostage code, the monitoring center staff will inform dispatch to proceed with their trained process for hostage situations. And lastly is personal information. Dispatch is provided with the employee's description and vehicle information if the employee has that updated in their profile. And they may also provide the employee's title, since it might be helpful for law enforcement to know if the staff member is a special investigator, because many, if not all, special investigators in our agency have prior law enforcement training. So how can we work together? The first note to discuss is response time. We have had experiences where law enforcement time was longer than expected. And first and foremost, we acknowledge the demanding nature of local police departments, especially in larger cities, and we recognize that rapid response may be challenging due to a high workload. And so we met with a law enforcement agency recently about an incident where local PD had a long response time with a DFPS caseworker. And it was clarified that in genuine emergencies, our staff must explicitly communicate that they need immediate law enforcement assistance to the dispatcher. And we are issuing communication around this to staff in the agency. When this happens, AlertMedia also follows a protocol ensuring continuous efforts to contact law enforcement. In these cases of delayed response from local PD, AlertMedia proactively explores alternative law enforcement channels to try and secure assistance, such as maybe any available constables, for example. And lastly, it is important for us to have a working relationship. So please feel free to communicate with us about any concerns or enhancements that could be made to the program so that it works more efficiently. And on behalf of our program and the agency, I would like to lastly extend our sincere appreciation for your dedicated service and collaboration with the Department of Family and Protective Services in utilizing AlertMedia. Your prompt responses really do help ensure the safety and well-being of our community, and we thank you for your unwavering commitment and continued support. If you'd like to reach out for any questions you might have, please send us an email at workersafetysupport@dfps.texas.gov. And thank you for your time and have a great day.